Hey y'all, hope you guys are doing great. Topic of today is a little bit filthy, so smart girls, smart boys who are not over 18, please leave the room. So let's go. Hey, Natasha here. Welcome back to C'est la vie, my wonderful podcast that you guys are listening, and we are hitting almost 1,000 views, guys. Thank you so much for thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for taking your time to listening. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for liking what I'm saying, because I will not reach that point if nobody will be listening. So therefore, thank you so much for your time, for your appreciation. And we're gonna go right to the topic. The topic of today that I want to talk about is dick discipline, pee discipline, punani discipline, and the whole fresh and fit fiasco, if you guys know about it. Basically, what I was looking at, I watch a lot of podcasts on YouTube. I watch a lot of videos from different content creators to get inspiration about what I'm talking about, topics in general. And one topic that came this whole time last week up till now even is that guy from Fresh and Fit, which is Fresh, the black one. They are both black actually, but there's one more light skin and the other one is completely dark skin. And the one that's completely dark skin now apparently got pregnant from a 3 or 4, so per se. The girl got pregnant from him apparently. And she, of course, thought that she would hit the jackpot and move, of course, to America. Now, the possibility, if she's really pregnant, for her to hit the jackpot in her eyes is, of course, very high, because the guy is popular, the guy has money, the guy has connection. Through him, she's able to enter certain areas that she normally, as an person that lives outside the Americas, probably would not have access to, except she's a 3 or 4 and sell her body. Then probably she will have access to yacht and everything else, which I probably think because she would not be able to be in a situation like she meeting him. So I think they kind of fit together, mix up together, met, and then something happened. Anyways, and she got pregnant during all this fiasco. And now, because he rejected her, basically because he thinks she's using him for the visa in America and for the child support, she's definitely apparently saying that's not the case. Come on, we all know that it's not by surprise. Anyways, that's why he disappeared and he doesn't talk to her anymore. And she, of course, published it 2 days after making the pregnancy test. This is what makes me cringe. If you found out you're pregnant, maybe let it more time, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, make it behind the scene, wait, and then if it's really official, everybody can see the bump. That's when you can do it really like a bang. But 2 days after, girl, you are there for money. I'm sorry. I already said it. I mean it. It doesn't mean, even if you're in love or something, after 2 months, I'm sorry, they are not that blind. The man is stupid because he did not have some dick discipline to put the rubber on it, or just not having sex in general if you don't want to get married. And the lady is of course, she had a plan right from the beginning. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I don't believe it that she surprisingly loved him so much that she got pregnant. I don't believe it. Anyways, the reason why I use that topic in general is we hear these stories so often. We hear stories of multi-millionaires getting finessed by simple ladies. Like, I'm sorry to say it, somebody like Ronaldo is going and marrying a cashier girl from Gucci. Now she has 4 kids, I think, with him. She's lucky. She has a lucky jackpot. And probably she has a wonderful sign-up contract that she maybe can file against it or not if they divorce. But if they don't divorce, she hit the jackpot. And the people, like for instance, what happened to Fresh, it's happening a lot. We hear a lot of basketball players who got finessed from all these 3 or 4s who love to sit on the first row and just hanging around all these men. And then of course they hope that they can get one man that get them hit the jackpot, and that's it. Like the Drea situation that was a couple of days ago. She's almost 40 and she's dating a guy that is 21. He's almost the same age like her first son, which is like, it's her retirement plan. It's easy. The guy make almost 200 million. He just signed a contract. That's her retirement plan. That's easy money. And the retirement plan works perfectly because the one paycheck of the boy is over because he's already 21. The dad is done paying. The other paycheck starts after the child is born. The other paycheck begins. So she still gets 2 paychecks because she has 3 children from 3 different men. And the first paycheck is over. The other 2 now are following, and they will continue till the other child turns 18. Which also means that she has from the age of 39 until retirement when she's 60. When she's smart enough, she can put that money on the side. But in the end of the day, she will make money till she retires. And that's her lottery ticket. And it can be avoided simple by having some dick discipline. Same thing with somebody like Halle Berry. Now she's paying child support for a lot of her both baby daddies. I don't know, she was just married to one of them, but the other one that she was married to, he didn't make that much money, so he used her to make a paycheck. Dick discipline was in that case not the case. It was nanny discipline. Wasn't there. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you don't use a rubber. Get married, then you can freak out the way you want. But no, everybody nowadays want to be dirty outside, mixing any infections together like they want to, and all these kind of crazy things. This is, which world are we living nowadays? I mean, the people, they don't think anymore about consequences. They just think with their lust and their desires. And they don't get some kind of discipline to think, if I do this, would it maybe affect my future? Do you really want a child out of wedlock? And if you're lucky, the child turns out to be good if you guys have a good relationship. But most of the time, and we see the statistics already, we see all the responses already. How many times do you want to be a statistic? How many times do we want to be a statistic? Why can we not have some discipline if it's coming to this? Me, I am celibate since I decided to move outside here in the other continent, Americas. And so even if I restarted the relationship now again with the father of my kids, but still, I don't give it out. And he knows that. If he wants to make it fixed, we're gonna meet the next time. He has to make a decision. Either yes, we make it completely fixed. We move back together in the Americas, start all over, all together, and start our lives as a married couple, or we leave it for good and I remain celibate. Proud girl for 4 years now, and I'm standing by it. Why? Because I want to keep that discipline. Just because we cannot close our legs, we ladies, and just because men don't have dick discipline, they are happy to have a girl. Most men nowadays under the age of 24, they don't have any girls or married or children in general because they don't get they don't get the opportunity to have one, because many women are already running for the same type of guy. The guy with the money, the guy with the bling, 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 and then they fall in love with the drug dealer, get children, and all these things. This is the kind of... Me, I love nerds. I was in love with a nerd. He wasn't ready. Now he's ready. Now he gets a little bit more of money. That's why it's more complicated. Honestly, for me, I tried in my younger age before I met him, by the way. I felt really so dirty to hop around. I tried once. When I said once, and I tried once situationship, how they call it nowadays. Friends with benefits was the old way that they call it. I mean, I'm on my 30s, so the words are changing. I am happy that I don't have that much body counts, first of all. And second of all, I am happy that I didn't really experience that much, because if I would go nowadays out there, I probably will get an infection from somebody. And this is something that scares me the most. I'm telling you, this is actually the one of the things why I am remaining at home, because I don't want any STDs on my clean body. I am so careful. Every 6 months, I don't even have intercourse, but every 6 months I get checked. I go and check myself every 6 months, and I don't have even intercourse, but I go to security, just for security. I go to check up, and every time I hear everything is fine, you clean, and I'm like, thank you, yeah. But I don't see why many people don't have that mindset. We are so addicted to attention. Nowadays, social medias everywhere, or butt naked pictures everywhere. We are so addicted to pornography nowadays. Many, even little children, they get just a click and they are automatically in pornography sites. That's why I am very careful if it's coming what my children are watching or looking and everything. And we are so full of lust. It's everywhere. There are people coming at school and teaching children very young sexuality. This is a child of 3 years old doesn't have to know what is a pee-pee man and what is a moo-moo. I don't want my children to be already in that young age, already so brainwashed to this sexualization, to this urging, to this lust behavior. I don't want them. I want them to enjoy their youth as good as possible, even though the world out there is cruel, full of demons and negativity. I want them to enjoy as good as possible their youth, understand their body, understand themselves, and then when they're ready, by the grace of God, having intercourse with their husband or wife. This is my dream. When this happened to both of my kids, I made it. That they found themselves before they found somebody else. Same values, same understanding. It's rare to find, but I pray that it happens to my kids, because I will know that I did what God told me to do as a servant, for real. Because nowadays, with all what happened nowadays, it's even more important to have that discipline, not to fall for a trap. I mean, how many here, especially here in the Western cultures, woman rules the Western culture. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. Woman rules the Western culture. From the custody battles, most of the women are getting the children. Through the child support battle, most of the women are getting their money. Like, for instance, I saw one story of a man who was crying. He helped his wife to enter the company that he's working. And his wife, of course, because she got a higher degree than him, started to develop herself, and then she became his boss. the attitude of the wife surprisingly start to change, because of course she make more money than him. And then after a while, he started to develop suspicions, because she wasn't often at home the way she used to be. She was more on traveling with her boss and everything. And I think 2 years later, he found out that she's cheating with her boss. And she said, okay, yes, what? It was like she doesn't care. It was really like she doesn't care. And the fact that everybody in the office knew about it, the shame that this man had. He went online, he went crying almost, because I could, when I hear his story, I could feel the pain. I had to leave a comment because something like this, the shame, the embarrassment, something like this happens to men so often. And I could understand if that man just give his last shot and die. I could understand it, because it happens way too often. This Western world in general don't favor men nowadays. I know a lot of women will hate me now when I say it, but if we are taking our emotion out of the narrative, if we really take every emotion out and just focus on the current Western culture as a woman, it favors us the most. I'm sorry, it does. And stories like this, you hear it a lot, and then you ask yourself, why did you just don't have some discipline, and then prove her correctly before you even married her? Because he mentioned that they got married like 6 months after he met her, and it was his girl of his dream, whatever, but he didn't really prove her the way I think proving makes sense. Proving for me makes sense like you guys met each other, you guys know each other, you guys don't live together, you guys learn from each other at least for a period of time of 24 months. After that 24 months, you guys can know about knows the other person. Like background check is a must, hair check is a must, so a lie detector test is a must. These 3 things is the first 3 things that you guys does before you even start the relationship. You make a background check, you make a hair check, and then you make a lie detector test check, so that all the open questions are answered from both sides, from men and women. After that, you guys prove each other in situation and learn from each other. How would you do when this happened? How would you do when this happened? What is your fantasies? How do you plan your fantasies? And so forth and so on. Things like this is a period of time of 2 years without even having sex with each other. You meet each other in a restaurant, you talk. He go back home, she go back home. You talk on the phone, you communicate, everything you can do, but you don't have to be intimate with each other. Put the lust out of the equations. But sometimes you can talk about it if you want to if you both of you want to talk about it on the phone, but don't be close to each other. Talk about it on the phone. Tell him, I like this, I like that, I don't like this, I don't like that. Yes, no, boundaries here, boundaries there. And then get married. That's the end goal. And then it wouldn't happen that a child would be out of wedlock and would be a statistic. Because this is what happens when you don't have dick discipline, like Fresh has. He doesn't have some dick discipline. Even though he was married for 7 years, by the way, I found out before. They didn't have children. And now he just met a woman for 2 months. Boop, she got pregnant. I don't know if it's karma. I don't know if it's wish from God. I don't know how to say it. But in the end of the day, if it's really the case that he is the father, he definitely needs to take responsibility. But in my opinion, he needs to find ways how to avoid any situation like child support expenses, or reduce it. He needs to take responsibility of his child. I mean, his child will not be broke or poor or something. It's his child. He needs to take responsibility. But I don't want him to be used. That's the point. So my thing is this: take care of your child. If it's really your child, take care of your child, but don't be used. Meaning, if you want to take care of your child, give that lady, you have many assets. Give that lady an asset of yours where she can live, where you can have control over her. Basically, how she treat your child. You make an agreement. She can live there for free, but you have access to the apartment whenever you want because it's your child. Or you have access like twice a week or whatever. Make an agreement with her so that you know you have access to your child regularly, and for that she lives for free. Other thing, child support. Pay the necessary thing, but pay directly to the places that has to be paid. If it's school fees, pay it directly. If it's health insurance, pay it directly. If it's for the clothes, go and buy it yourself with your child and bring it there. Don't give her unnecessary money that she doesn't need. She has to go to work. She's 26 years old. She can move her ass and continue hustling around like she was doing before. The focus is really that your child has the best of the best, but it's not depending on everything that the mom has done. That's actually what needs to be done. Or the highest thing is he get the full child support. He get the full custody. He pay her out, get the full custody, and let her go. That's what I will say. But in the end of the day, it's his decision. We are just bystander and see situation like this, and we're especially gonna learn from it because they are preaching it. They are preaching don't date whores or be careful with 3 or 4s, and the and that's the funny thing, the irony that they are preaching it, and one of them really did not exactly follow what they are preaching. It's actually a really irony, but at the same time, they can take it as an example and make a lot of money out of it on Fashion Fit. This called bad marketing, but it's still marketing. Business is business. I mean, he needs to pay child support, so he needs to make more money. Oh God. Yeah, but for all people out there who are not millionaires, who are not billionaires, I gave us an example. Try as good as possible to have some punani discipline, some dick discipline, to avoid being in trouble without your conscience. Because most women, if they know they can use you for something, I'm sorry to say it, most women will take the advantage because they know the government would not let them down, and you have to pay anyways. And I don't know how many percentage of your salary it is, but you have to pay anyway so that they can sustain themselves with the child. And most of the time, the man is the person that suffers the most, because not just that he pays a lot, in many occasions he doesn't even see his child because the woman is either jealous of the new woman that he has or wants to punish him for not accepting her. And that's so unfortunate. That's so sad. I hope that the system will change, but honestly, I don't believe it anymore. I think more it will be worse. And I just hope that some people, if just one person or 2 person, listen to this podcast and really follow the blueprint that I said earlier. Learn the person, close your legs, take your time, and then choose right. And maybe if you're lucky in the marriage you have a child, at least both of you guys, if you guys agree to it, both of you guys can enjoy the process, and it will be better. And we want to stop being in a statistic. Please, we have to stop being statistics and having a family household with 2 parents and 1 child, or 2 children, or how many children, as long as 2 parents are working together, it's the goal. And it can just happen if we have some discipline, no matter in what we do. Okay, thank you guys for listening. Thank you so much for taking your time listening. Bye now. If you guys are listening till now, not by now, till now, that means I have something to say that is important to you, and I'm so grateful and thankful. Please don't forget to continue sharing, liking, listening, downloading on Spotify, on Apple iTunes, everywhere where a podcast is available. You can get it, so download it and listen to it and enjoy it. Natasha said thank you, and I'm out. See you next week at 3 p.m. Wednesday. Bye-bye.